Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm EFC, this is Blue Lions TV, and today I'm here to bring you guys another News Daily video. Now, today I will focus on 3 stories. With the first one, we discuss Tammy Abraham and his imminent move to AS Roma. To continue on, I'll be discussing our behind closed door friendly game against Weymouth today, in which we absolutely demolish them, you guys. And to end things, we discuss player exits. They involve MIAZGA, KENEDY, and MICHY batshuayi as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want to quickly remind you guys though that I have released the match review and player ratings to our 3-0 opening game against Crystal Palace yesterday, so you guys, make sure you guys, give that a watch and see how we did. And without wasting any more time, we kick things off by discussing Tammy Abraham. Now, late last night after our win over Crystal Palace, the news was coming thick and fast in regards to Tammy Abraham and his move to AS Roma. Right now, he is in Italy. He will be confirming his signing for AS Roma later today, and the details behind this move were quite surprising because originally we all assumed that Tammy would be going there on loan first, with Roma having the option to buy him afterwards. This is not the case anymore. This has now become a permanent move, a permanent deal. Roma have agreed to pay literally 45 million that will be paid off over the next few years. On top of this though, the club have inserted a buyback clause of 80 million euros. That's around £68 million. However, this is only valid until 2023, giving us literally a 2-year window. So it'll be very interesting to see how Tammy looks to improve and how he develops at AS Roma. The club clearly still rate him. They must like something about him if they're gonna include that type of clause in his actual deal to Roma. So could we potentially see Tammy Abraham returning back to the club in the not too distant future? Who knows, but it is nice that we don't ever permanently close off the doors to players that we already had and players that we've developed. So I guess what I can really say now is good luck to Tammy. Of course, we know that Roma, they have been holding talks over the past few days. They've given Tammy plenty of time and patience to make up his future and decide what he wants to do. Of course, it seemed like Arsenal were another club that really wanted to sign him. However, they had to get rid of Entekia or Lacazette first, and there were no buyers for them, so their interest died down. Tammy couldn't stay in London, and AS Roma ended up paying more money, and of course they even paid him a higher salary. He will earn 6 million euros a year, which is more than the 4 million that was originally offered. So it seemed like Mourinho helped this guy out. He got him a bigger contract at AS Roma, and in the end of the day, Mourinho was on the phone to him. He really persuaded him to sign, and there's not many players that can turn down working with Jose Mourinho, especially when he literally created Drogba. He created Karim Benzema. He's worked with some of the best strikers in the world as well. Tammy Abraham will learn a lot with him. This Roma team have some very good technical players. They play ball to feet as well. It's going to be nice to see how he develops in Italy, and to be fair, I think he's going to smack him. I see him scoring goals. I think Tammy Abraham is one of those forwards, and the more he develops and continues, this guy will have a very special career. But to end with my thoughts and opinions though, this is a personal one, so you guys, make it that what you will. But for me, I have to admit that I was a bit disappointed that Tammy never got those final few minutes. For example, Emerson, a player that we've been looking to get rid of ever since we've signed him, he got those final minutes at the end of the game. I just felt like with everything Tammy's done for us, his goals have been very important. His contributions have been very important. This could have been a nice way for him to say goodbye to the fans before he left. So it's a shame that wasn't to be the case. I don't know why. Maybe it comes down to not wanting to jeopardize the move. I do understand that, but you're thinking at least a minute or just to say goodbye to the fans. That would have been nice. But regardless, I don't think that Tammy's chapter with us is completely closed. Let's see how he does. Good luck to him. And now you guys move on to the second story today. Now this afternoon, we played our behind closed friendly game against Weymouth today. The final score ended up being 13-0. We absolutely just demolished them, and I guess that was to be expected. There's about 106 places separating us from Weymouth right now, so it's nice to know that when we play against teams like this, the goals will be coming very easily. But this is an opportunity for some of the players to get more up to speed. As I could see from the photos that were released, I think this was the lineup used today. I think this was a back five, as we tend to see Ampadu and Barkley in midfield. And we've seen Emerson play further forward at times too, so that wouldn't surprise me to see him playing that role against Weymouth today. So right now, you can see the lineup beside me in the bottom right corner. I'm on Weymouth's Twitter account. They gave us a very good match breakdown of what was happening, and I'm going to go through that so we can find out what happened together. So it seemed like literally from like the first 4 minutes, we were 1-0 up. They weren't allowed to reveal the goal scorers because the club doesn't want that information to be out there like that, I guess. I'm not too sure why, but there's probably some footballing reasons I haven't thought of. And it just seemed like literally every few minutes, there's like an update of us taking a shot on goal, which I just absolutely love. 6 minutes in, we have a shot just outside the box and it goes high over the bar. 11 minutes in and a lovely pass by a Chelsea centre-back. Could that be Thiago Silva? Played it to the forwards, but a tame shot straight at their goalkeeper, which I'm guessing would be MICHY batshuayi. Would not surprise me. 15 minutes in, and we make it 2-0, you guys. We work the ball into the box and get it to the byline, and of course we cut the ball back and slot it into the bottom corner. Now, I'm envisioning seeing Reece James just, getting down the byline as we see, playing that cutback cross as we see from him all the time as well too, and it doesn't surprise me that maybe MICHY or one of the forwards got on the end of that and put it in the back of the net. So that means 2-0 up in the first 19 minutes. We move on to the 23rd minute. Another shot is taken, but it goes straight down the throat of the Weymouth goalkeeper. 26 minutes in, and a quick free kick for a Chelsea player out wide, and the cross flashes across the Weymouth box. So literally throughout this game, constant pressure, constantly peppering shots at goal against them too. And no surprise with all this pressure, 29 minutes in, it's 3-0 up. Chelsea's left winger does well in the box to create space for the cutback. That must be Hudson-Odoi. That must be Hudson-Odoi, right? Or is that going to be Emerson maybe playing on the left wing? We've seen it happen at times, so it's quite interesting. But literally like a few minutes after that, it becomes 4-0, a free kick just outside the box. Could that be Ross Barkley? We know that he does have that in him. He can take a free kick, opposition like this, I guess. It wouldn't surprise me if he was to score against them. But we move on, you guys. It's 5-0 up, and we score from a shot in the bottom corner. The admin missed the lead up to the goal, but I don't blame him, to be fair. I think after you saw that we've just completely won the game in the first 10 minutes of the game, it doesn't surprise me that your focus won't be there entirely. So we do move on, and it becomes 6-0. Corner gets mastered off the ball. Whoever their player is, he just got bodied like nothing, and we slot it into the bottom corner. And literally a few minutes after that, on the 40th minute, we make it 7-0. A through ball right through the middle of the pitch. The left back gets on the end of it, and he plays a cutback, and the centre forward slots it in. So that must be Ben Chilwell, I'm imagining, playing the cutback to MICHY batshuayi, who is a very good penalty box striker. That must have been how it is. And 7 goals, 40 minutes. Honestly, the game should have ended there. Saved with stamina, you know what I mean? This is an absolute waste of time now. But yeah, it seemed like we got quite a lot of corners, and it seems like there was an emphasis on our wide play. We've seen improvements. I thought our wide play against Crystal Palace was absolutely excellent, and maybe this is what we've been working on throughout pre-season to really maximize that. And just before halftime ends, you guys, we make it 8-0, scoring from a set piece from a corner. I love to see it. Now we start the second half, 5 minutes in, and there's a slight injury concern for a Weymouth player who looks to be okay in the end. As the admin says here, good work by Shields to win the ball back in the middle of the park, with the Terriers getting their first shot on target by Robinson, which Chelsea keeper almost spills into the goal, 55 minutes gone. So Kepa, even against opposition like this, there's still mistakes in this game. For me, it must be confidence. I'm not too sure what it is, but they get their first shot in the 55th minute and they nearly score due to Kepa. Regardless though, 3 minutes after, we make it 9-0. It was a good save from their goalkeeper on the first attempt, but it seemed like we scored from a rebound straight after that, you guys. And literally just after the hour mark goal, 60th minute, the 10th goal is scored. It was scored again from a corner. And when you have players like, Zuma in your team, I'd imagine that he scored a goal in this game. With his leap, his strength, one of the best aerially in the Premier League, he must have scored a goal today, no? He must have scored a goal today. But anyway, subs are made after that. And then the 11th goal is scored from us. A through ball and the Chelsea player slots it in past their goalkeeper Fitzsimmons. I feel like I should learn his name now. I've been seeing Fitzsimmons now like 11 times for the 11 goals that we scored. But to move on, Terrors have a bit of possession in the last 5-10 minutes. I'm guessing at the time it's about, you know, preserving your stamina levels and not really putting too much intensity in, which makes a lot of sense because you're 11-0 up. 70th minute goes by, subs are made, and then after that, the 12th goal is scored. But the admin clearly had just given up on life at this point because, as he just admits, I have no idea what happens. But it does seem like you had an idea what happens a few minutes after because we make it 13-0. A cross-field pass with the right back driving into the box and driving the ball home into the far corner. Now, is that Zappacosta? I'm guessing it must be him. So yeah, cool, I'm expecting him to do that. And it seems like essentially that was it, you guys. You know, Weymouth got battered 13-0. We were dominating from the flanks, our fullbacks, our wingers were cutting inside, playing cutbacks for days, and our set piece game was extremely strong too. So there you guys have it. That was the review. And to now end things with the final part of the video, we talk player exits. Now the 3 players listed right now, MIAZGA, KENEDY and MICHY batshuayi, it seems like their futures will be sorted very, very soon. At this point in time, MICHY batshuayi is holding advanced talks with Besiktas. Seeing a move to Turkey, I don't know, I feel like the Turkish league, yeah, you earn good wages there, it's good money, but the quality is not that high. And I feel like players only go to that league once they want a payday with some good weather. I don't know how that's going to necessarily boost his hopes in his career, but who knows, you know, Besiktas playing in Europe, something can happen from that. To move on though, we move on to MIAZGA, and it seems like he is set to get yet another loan move. He's had countless loan moves since he signed for us, you guys, and he'll be going to La Liga this time, playing for Alaves. So this could be an opportunity to work on the technical part of his game. You know, in Spain, there's a big reliance on playing on the floor, ball to feet, and you know, if you want to make it at the top levels, defenders have to be very competent with how they distribute the balls. So this should be a good loan move for him. Let's see what happens there. And for the final player, you guys, we talk about KENEDY. Now, KENEDY had a good loan spell last season. I feel like since he's been getting more consistent minutes, but seeing more what he can do. And it's a shame that these loan moves didn't come a lot earlier for him, literally the second he signed for us, because I think right now he'd be at a completely different level. Flamengo back in Brazil have been after him for a very long time. And after much discussion and talk, after us holding up this deal time and time again to focus on selling other players and of course to sign players too, it feels like KENEDY will be making a return back there very, very soon. It will be a loan move with the option to buy at 10 million euros at the end of the season. So for KENEDY to go back to the club we signed him for, no, I think we signed him from Fluminense, we didn't sign him for Flamengo, but again, you know, it's just like full circle in that sense. I feel like we didn't really do right by KENEDY. This guy was always a winger that cuts inside to take shots, and the only time he could get minutes was playing as a fullback, playing as a wingback, which was never his position, and it was no surprise he was never, ever really going to show us what he could really do, just playing in such a stupid position. I'm sorry. It is frustrating. There's a lot of talent and potential there. I remember the hype I had back in the day when we first signed him and seeing what he was doing, seeing those long shots as well. I'm really hoping that he goes back home, has an amazing season, and finds himself back in a top club in Europe too. So there you guys have it. That was the news for today. Make sure you guys comment below. Would you like to see Tammy Abraham return back to us in the future? And of course, you guys, on that note, I'm KENEDY FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.